Many people believe different stories of Santa, especially as a child. We believe that Santa is somebody who used to bring a lot of gifts to all of us on Christmas Eve. But is there really Santa exist? We don't know actually. But there is a story. It is the same story. God really exists or not. So we all face a lot of turbulence, hardships in our life. Some people believe that God exists in the form of hope. A very small story which I can remember this time. Man was sinking in the sea. He was just drowning. And he was a very God fearing person. So he believed that God will come to save him. There was a boat nearby, but he didn't do anything to call the boat to his side, thinking that God will come and directly and save him. Again, there was a log of wood which was floating in the sea and it passes nearby from him. He didn't catch hold of that log to save his life. And finally, he drowned into the water and he reached to the heaven because he did a lot of good karmas in his life, earlier life. So he reached to the God and he asked the God, why didn't you come to save me when I was drowning in sea? So God said him that child, I first send you the signal through boat, which you didn't signal anything or you didn't call help, and that boat has passed. Another signal I sent you through the log of wood, which was floating in the water. If you catch hold of that log, you could have saved your life. You didn't do that also. What else I could have done? So I can send you the signals. So God or Santa, they are the signals in our life. In the form of signals, the message of God in our life. If something bad happens to us, we usually curse to the situation, or even not, we don't even feel ashamed to say something wrong to the God itself. But in the good time, we normally forget to remember or to pray to the God. So basically, one should always remember that in the good time also you should remember the God, and God has given us the hope, which itself is a form of God. The positivity, the hard work which we can do with our hands, the attitude, the human has got an attitude. All these things are the form of God only. When in my dream I met once Santa and I asked him, Santa, what are the secrets of God and what God has given to the human beings, which he has not given to any other? He told me a secret of four things which you can have, the other species they cannot have. There are four D's which he described. The first D was dedication, the second D was devotion, the third D was determination, and the fourth D was discipline. He told me that these are the four D's. If you apply in your life, you can achieve the God and you can achieve anything in your life which you want to achieve. Is there anything else, Santa, which can help us? So he told me that there is a law of attraction, there is manifestation, which you can practice. And if you practice, then really you are very close to me. And if you practice law of attraction, if you manifest the things which you want in your life, and if you manifest it correctly, with proper prayer, then really I am there all the time with you. Okay, I said, Santa, what else you can tell me about God? So he told me that I have given you one more power, which is called imagination. He told me, you know that any experiment which you are doing or anything which has been invented for the last 2000 years, first it was thought in the imagination. You didn't directly invented that thing. You first invented everything in the mind and then you invent it actually. Even he has given me the example of aeroplane. He told me that first it was envisaged in the mind of the people that there can be something flying object which can carry the passengers from one place to another. People laughed at that point of time, but that imagination was converted into actual thing, and now we have the aeroplanes all around us. I woke up in the morning and then I asked myself, I saw some phases of my life that in the initial phase of my life when I was a child, I believe that Santa is existing. Santa does exist. And eventually when I grown up, I become teenager. At that point, some people, they given me this thought that Santa really doesn't exist. It is just the imagination. And then at that point of time, I wonder that am I right in my childhood, or this is the fact which people are telling me, is this correct? So I actually told to my mind that I want to believe that Santa does exist, because Santa told me in the last night dream the power of 4Ds, the power of law of attraction, the power of manifestation, and many other things, as well as he told me the power of imagination. So I do believe that Santa does exist, and I want to believe throughout my life. But the form is now changed. Earlier it was like a blind faith. Now my Santa has changed the shape from a fat old boy, old man, to a form of hope, in a form of determination, in a form of imagination, in a form of manifestation. So these are all forms I can see in Santa. And that reminds me one quote from a very famous novel of The Alchemist, which says that if you desire something from the bottom of your heart, the whole universe conspires you to get you that. Thank you.